everyone, welcome back around the corner for another episode of Draco's Weapon Corner. This time we're covering all of the weapons from Chapter 9. There isn't much because most of them were spears, and we still don't have our spear-wielding member, so we'll just be covering the one sword and two long swords that we got in this chapter. Starting off with Flamberg, with a price tag of 26,500 gold. With an attack strength of 92 and a guard break of 74, is it worth it? Well, let's see it at level 4 and find out. Alright, as you can see, at level 4, Flamberg isn't all that impressive. It barely grows from 92 to 98, and from 74 to 6. I would definitely not purchase this weapon. And by the way, before we move on, another fun fact. I was looking through my notes again, and I realized something. I don't know if I ever mentioned this. I probably didn't because it slipped my mind. Mage's Promise is actually the second strongest sword in the game. And, the strongest standard sword in the game, or I should say short sword, I don't think we'll be getting that until our last playthrough. Because in our last playthrough, we get a short sword, a long sword, and a staff. The staff that we get is the strongest. The long sword is the second strongest. And the short sword is the strongest of its set. So, those are things to look forward to. Now, I will still be going over short swords in case, you want to look over them. But relatively speaking, we're not going to be getting anything stronger than Mage's Promise in the way of short swords. Moving on, let's go to our next weapon, which is our first longsword of this particular chapter. Actually, before we go, I just realized I didn't show you the abilities, if you wanted to know. A Dragoon's Sword. Very sharp. Possesses a great variety of attacks. Okay, now we'll be moving on to our next longsword in the list. Okay, the next weapon and first longsword is Takamasa, with a price tag of 64,800 gold. An attack strength of 136, which, though impressive, its guard break is 2. Making it the second weapon with a guard break of exactly 2, the first one being Savior Blade, and we all know how that one turned out. Let's see if this one's as much of a disappointment as the last! Alright, and as you can see, Takamasa doesn't grow all that much. I mean, it only gains 2 more attack points, and though it started at a pitiful 2 guard break and it buffs up to 64, it still doesn't compare to our current strongest Nobuyoshi. It does have Sonic Burst, if you like that in your weapons, but so does Nobuyoshi. I think this one... even its guard break is pitiful compared to Nobuyoshi's, if I'm not mistaken. But let's see its abilities, in case you want to look at it. Sacrifices everything for victory. Traits: very sharp, but the wielder's HP decreases significantly when hit. So not only is it weaker than Nobuyoshi, but if you get hit, you're going to lose a lot more HP, making this not really worth it at all. I mean, why use this when you have Nobuyoshi in your back pocket? But with that, let's move on to our last longsword and our last weapon of this particular weapon corner. Alright, and next on the list, and our final weapon of this particular weapon corner, is Kaim's Sword. At level 1, its attack power is at 100, meaning it's equal with Nobuyoshi on its final form, as it stands right now. And its guard break is 92, which is significantly less, but let's see it at level 4. I've got a good feeling about this particular sword. Then again, to be fair, I have a bit of an advantage over you in this particular scenario because I've seen it before in its 4th form. But I digress. Okay, and as you can see, at level 4, Kaim's Sword does not disappoint. Granted, it doesn't grow all that much compared to other swords, since its attack power was at 100 and it only grew to 128. However, that 128 attack power is stronger than Nobuyoshi. Though the guard break is significantly weaker, if you add up both the attack and guard break, its total points is 125, meaning it's stronger than Nobuyoshi, it's just more balanced. So it's kind of harder to tell. I mean, I suppose if you want to use a sword that has a stronger guard break than attack, then go Nobuyoshi. But personally, I like Kaim's Sword better. Also, it has the spell Blazing Fang. Let's take a look at its abilities here. A Sword of Survival. Traits: very powerful in all areas, adapts to various battle conditions, and Blazing Fang, which is a magic spell that I haven't shown yet, Exploding fireballs skim the ground and incinerating enemies. I believe this is similar to the move Kai uses in our fight with him, but let's check it out in an actual combat scenario. Alright, and as you can see, we're in the District of Heavenly Time. I figured I'd do this here because there's a lot more enemies here than there are in the Sanctuary, and it would just make more sense to do it here. Anyway, we have Kaim's sword. I guess you're seeing these. I didn't... Well, actually, no, I needed that to show you the first level of the attack. Let's just gather everyone around. Gather round, my friendly knight, so I may show you a good time. Oh, shoe polish. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I have another powder. That means I'm going to have to use the 2 bottles together. Oh, well, that's fine. It didn't do all that much in the way of magical attack, but that was pretty nice. Alright, so if I want to get out level 3... And we still haven't really killed... Oh, damn it. Great. Great. Alright, I guess I'm going to kill these while I build up some MP here. Oh, okay, we got it. Alright, now let's go down to where there's some more guys. That, thankfully, didn't take too long. Alright, let's get as many of these guys gathered up as possible. There we go. Okay, now I can show level 4 of this. Should I get another group of guys, or... Don't mind me, not very noble knights. Fire! It wasn't all that great. But hey, Kaim's sword is still pretty cool looking. And it's also our 4th strongest longsword in the game, beating out Nobuyoshi. But with that, I think we'll end this here. See you guys next time you come around the corner.